What's up? This is Trey T, and in this video, I will be giving my opinion. This is my opinion on what are the three toughest positions to play in football on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. So first, I'm going to start with the defense. So starting off at the number 3 spot, I am going to go with the defensive tackle position, especially if it's the nose tackle. For a defensive tackle, they have to have great reaction because you got to remember, you're right in front of the center. So you got to be watching the ball, knowing when the snap is going off. You have to be able to read the lineman. Is this tackle blocking down? Is this guard pulling? That's the responsibility of a defensive tackle. You got to be able to get off blocks. You got to be able to make consistent tackles and sacks. You got to be able to get to the quarterback. So that's why I have defensive tackle at my number 3 for toughest positions to play in football on the defensive side. At the number 2 spot of hardest position on the defensive side, I'm going to go with the linebacker. The linebacker is basically the general of the defense, the head person on the defensive side. Linebackers have to have great reaction. Linebackers have to be able to read the backs in the backfield. Linebackers have to be able to get off blocks when not running backs, but fullbacks and guards and tackles get to that next level and try to block them. And the most important thing of a linebacker, other than reading the backs in the backfield, they have to be able to make consistent tackles and wrapping up. What's the point of having a linebacker that can't tackle? Sometimes linebackers have to drop back in coverage in zones and stuff, and that's an important part too. You want your linebacker to be able to get their hands on passes. Even if they can't intercept it, they should be able to break up passes. And the number 1 toughest position to play on the defensive side, it has to be cornerback, because a cornerback is at a disadvantage. Because the receiver already knows the play. The receiver already know what move he's going to make. The receiver know where he's going. He know what route he's running. The corner does not know. The corner has to have great reaction. He has to be able to read the receiver, react to him. If he gets beat, he has to have great recovery. A cornerback also has to be able to play the ball cleanly, meaning no penalties. Try your best not to draw any penalties, touching the receiver, holding the receiver, grabbing the receiver after 5 yards. What's the point of having a cornerback if they're just going to give up penalty yards? And the cornerback has to be able to make tackles, whether it's an open field tackle, whether it's a running back coming at you, whether it's a receiver who caught the ball and you got to get him down, whether it's a big tight end. A cornerback has to be able to make consistent tackles wrapping up. That's why a lot of people they get mad at Deion Sanders, saying Deion Sanders wasn't that great he's a great coverage corner, but he wasn't a great tackler. You have to be able to tackle as a cornerback. Now we move to the offensive side of the ball, the 3 toughest positions. Starting out at the number 3 spot for the offense, I'm going to go with the offensive tackle. Especially the left tackle, because most quarterbacks are right-handed, so for the majority, it's going to be the left tackle is going to be the most important part. So as an offensive tackle, you have to be able to run and pass block. You can be great at one and good at the other, but you can't be bad at both. You got to be able to run and pass block. You got to be able to get off their first block, especially if it's a running play. You have to be able to get off their first block and get to the second level of the linebackers and to help your running back find the hole, boom, gone for a touchdown or a long game. You got to be able to, especially like for the left tackle, you have to be able to protect the quarterback's blind side. That's why the defensive position, as far as linemen go, the left tackle is usually the one that gets paid the most because, like I said, most quarterbacks are right-handed. So it's the left side because he got his back turned to the left side. So that's the blind side of the quarterback. So that's why the highest paid offensive linemen are usually the left tackles. But I got that as the number 3 toughest position to play on offense. At number 2, I'm going to go with the center. The people overlook the center and don't talk about how important the center really is. The center has one of the toughest jobs in football. The center has to be able to point out the blitzers to the quarterback. Hey, watch that dude over there. Hey, he blitzing. Watch him. Watch him. The center has to be able to snap the ball correctly. First, you got to remember, the center has his head down. So he has to have great reaction because you got people in front of you that's trying to run through you. So you got to be able to snap the ball, pop up, and block. So you have to have great reaction, and you got to make sure the play clock and all that. You got to get the ball off cleanly to the quarterback. You got to be able to run and pass block. You got to be able to block your man on a run block, then boom, get to the next level to block the linebackers. The center position is very important, and it doesn't get talked about enough. And I'm pretty sure most people already knew what was going to be the number 1 toughest position to play in football. It's got to be the quarterback, because you don't have to have a great quarterback, but you still need a competent quarterback. So as a quarterback, you got to be able to command respect from the offense. If your offensive players don't respect you, you already lost the team right there. Like, they're not going to try hard. They're not going to block for you. They're not going to run routes for you. They're not going to run as hard as they should. If they don't respect the quarterback, that can really kill the team spirit and morale around the team. The quarterback has to be able to read the defense before and after the snap. They got to be able to recognize who blitzing or who, okay, this dude acting like he blitzing, but he really not coming. He really not blitzing. So then you got to be able to signal to your receivers, signal to your running backs, and audible and change play. Hey, I don't like this right here. Hey, let's change it. You got to make a signal to your receiver. Hey, that corner playing off coverage, I want you to run this. Oh, he playing you tight, I want you to run this route. The quarterback has to be able to do that, and they only got a certain amount of time because the play clock is going down. You got to be able to motivate your teammates even if they drop a pass. No receiver wants to play with a quarterback that's going to yell at them for dropping. Like, everybody make mistakes. No receiver wants to play with a quarterback that's going to yell at them if they drop a pass, or a lineman if they miss a block, or a running back miss a block. Like, nobody wants to, like, you need to uplift your teammates. That's part of being a quarterback. A quarterback has to make good decisions, whether it's when to take a sack, when to throw the ball away, don't throw the ball in the harm's way in double coverage and stuff like that. That's the job of a quarterback. Don't force things. Okay, that's a tight window. Maybe I shouldn't make that throw. Oh, I see a mismatch over here. I'm going to go. I know the player's supposed to go to this person over here, but I see a mismatch on this side, so I'm going to change it and go to him. A quarterback is so much, and you got to memorize the playbook and all that, and those long plays, you got to recite them. You can't mess up on them, because to an outsider, it may seem like the quarterback is just speaking gibberish, but unless it's like a dummy call, all the stuff that quarterback is saying, it means certain, because he's talking to everybody in the huddle. So he was like double Z, da 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 da. For everybody in the huddle, that's part of what he's saying means something to them. So part of it is for the receivers, part of it is for the running backs, part of it is for the linemen. Okay, this is how you do this. Like, the quarterback is an extremely tough job. So it's easy for people to be on the sidelines or at home watching the game or in the stands, yelling at the quarterback, why you did this, why you throw the ball, how you didn't see this person open, all that. It's easy for us to do that from afar, but when you're in the game and it's going full speed, like, it's not an easy task. But let me know in the comment section. Again, this is just my opinion. If you believe the order should be different, let me know in the comment section. Who do you think are the 3 hardest positions on offense and defense? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.